on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New England Patriots. With that, let's head on up to Foxboro. Standing by with the call at Gillette Stadium, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxboro, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I can give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Here's the former Utah Ute, Matt Gay, to get this one started. And we are underway in Foxboro. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
There are a number of great quarterbacks in the NFL, but I have to believe that the prototype in terms of look has to be Cam Newton. That stature and frame, almost breathtaking when you see him in person. And now he's starting to put it all together with consistency in his game, throwing, running, leading.
Ready? Ready? Check, watch 54, watch 54. Oh, yeah.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On second down, they'll run with White. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
In your face.
From the gun, here's Newton. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they're led out by a guy who's done just about everything you could ever imagine to do in this league, the great Tom Brady.
It's been a lot of fun watching him develop in his career. But that will to win, he's had that probably since birth, and it transmits itself throughout his entire ball club. Watching him play, it can be an absolute joy unless you're on the other team.
Watch, wait, wait, 20! I'm coming for you, son! I'm coming for you, son!
play action. Now it's Brady. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin. That'll bring up second down. And a peek now at the offense for Tampa Bay.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the two guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. A quick look here at the Patriot defense.
Dante Hightower is a prototypical run-stuffing inside linebacker who has the ability to go to the edge and rush the passer, and there's no better example than when he had the strip sack against Matt Ryan in Super Bowl 51.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep for New England, Julian Edelman. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
You ain't going nowhere.
On first down, it's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's a quick throw finding Edelman. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Check 53, Mike. We got it.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the counter, here's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
20. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
On first down, Brady. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got Evans. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 35.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And his throw here's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady now to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Mike, set.
Brady now on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady, a 4-yard touchdown scamper, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. It takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. A 10-play drive that time, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Right 88. Right there, 54 Mike. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
On first down, Newton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The starting 11 defensively for Tampa Bay.
Levante David is a tackling machine. He's always where the ball is.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Going on the ground, it's White, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
To throw on 3rd down, Newton. He's got Sanu. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw again on second down. Newton. It's complete. James White.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. Newton throwing again. And a dump off to White. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Newton will bring him up first and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Play action. It's Newton. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. They run the draw play. This is White. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. Brady now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a second and 10. They run the counter. It's Jones, able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
But this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on first and 10. Nice run on second and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on third down? You're a little off balance.
Stop your running.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Levante David in on the tackle.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
53, let's go tight end. Let's go right here now. 6 guys.
They go with White on the counter. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Number 53, Mike 53. You better be afraid of me.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
We coming all day.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. From the gun, Brady finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Wait, set, 380. Check line 54. Line 54. Dan. Sugar. Joker.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin, 28 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
Gay is on for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. On 1st and 10, Newton. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A very solid gain of 27. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the draw, it's White. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Newton. Goes underneath here to White. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. Newton now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. 1st down, here's White. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michelle. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. On the draw, here's White. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 48. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. On play action, it's Brady. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, now Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now a play fake. Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's Newton. Here's Sanu on the catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Off play action. Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Patriots send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why, looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead.
Wait, that 380. 54. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Fire!
Throwing on first down is Brady. He completes it to Jones. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Jones. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And he finds Howard complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Wait, set. 36 to Mike. Let's go, let's go.
On first down, Brady. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a gain of 16. First down, Tampa Bay. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, it's Brady, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. On second down, it's Jones. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Brady. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So on 4th down, on comes the Buccaneer kicker, Matt Gay. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
That's it, baby. We go first.
Time for our player spotlight, and it focuses in here on Cam Newton. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me on a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun. Newton, quick hitter here. It's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, Newton. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Patriots send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. On the return is Mickens. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Brady. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Ready? Mike 54. Get that quarterback and all come.
They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down now. It's White, and there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Newton now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. That throw by Brady incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They run the counter. It's Jones, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Ready? Right to the 3. Check. Watch the before. Let's go, D.
Newton on 1st down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England 1st down.
That's good. Patriots, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Mike 5-4. Mike, get it.
On 1st down, Newton. It's complete. James White. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing is Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Well, throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
3 buds.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And this is caught by Evans. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Throwing now is Brady. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Wait, set, 29, Alpha. Let's put that team on the bus. Shadow.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady, he finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Wait, set, ready?
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Ready?
The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, Alabama.
Again, it's Jones. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Wait, 10, 53! 36! Watch the run, watch the run! 53,
now a first down carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Wait, 10, wait, 20! Come to my work! We want it! Come to my work! Rip, they had!
On 2nd and 12, Brady. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Buccaneer first, to pick up of 12 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Well, the jet sweep. This is Godwin. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Wait, 10, 20! Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. Wait, hit! Jack and reload!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Let's get off the field.
To throw, it's Brady. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 29-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Wait, set. Round 80. Round 80. Walk 54. Walk 54. I got you. Hey, 66.
On first
Running game.
Bandit. When he hit. 380 hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Brady. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And Gay knocks this one through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Time for our players' spotlight, and it focuses in here on Cam Newton. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
53, Mike 53. Let's set a tone, fellas.
Opting to run again here with White. First buy-in near the 35.
Offside. Defense.
And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word, but if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
Right there. You see it? 54 Mike. Hey!
Now Newton on first down. Caught by Sanu. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the handoff, this is White. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he fires to Edelman, complete on the comebacker. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Newton now to throw. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Running out of the gun with White. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. The shotgun snap for Newton. His pass caught at the 4. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Throwing on first down is Brady. He completes it to Evans. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
It's our time. It's our time.
Now a play fake. Brady. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync, because early in a game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to. But as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
They'll try to get this offense going with Michel. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to pump the ball. They've done so with that first run.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's White, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They stay on the ground with White. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Here's Mickens to return. Nearly a huge return. As it is, still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Brady going to throw, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, now Brady. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. As a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. On 1st down, it's Newton. He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They will run with White out of the shotgun, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
They go right back to White here on 1st down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Newton, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, a run from White. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a fourth down now. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will close the gap down to 14. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Brady now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Well, the Jets sweep. This is Godwin. Dante Hightower on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, set, 380. 536. Let's go, D. Hey, hey.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun now for Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now a first down throw for Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. William Golston. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Newton. And this one brought in by Sanu. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
3rd and long, it's Newton. Here's Sanu on the catch. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Newton now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
65.
Newton to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Wait, set, 53. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Get him.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here I come again. Wait, we hit. Here I come again.
They'll go again to Jones. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Patriots take over. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's Newton. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
On 1st and 10, Newton. It's caught. This is White. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Newton. Completes it to Lee. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw again on second down. Newton looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
Throwing again is Newton. It's complete. James White. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Wait, that. Wait, 20. Check. Block 54. Block 54. That's right, baby. They don't learn it. Hey, back it.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Brady's throw there complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Jones. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Devin McCourty picks it off. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Newton. That's complete to White. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here we go. 54. It's going to be a long day.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton to the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now Newton on first down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. 2nd and 10, Newton again. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To the air again, Newton. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Mohamed Sanu there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Under review.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Newton throwing again. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, now Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
So Cam Newton and his offense down 20-17, a minute 52 to play. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
That's it. Look at him. Check right 54. Right 54. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
He's back to throw. Caught by Sanu. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. Newton to throw. And this one brought in by Sanu. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Back to throw. He's got White here. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Newton. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it's 3rd and short. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Newton. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Play set. Fly 20. Line 36. Cut. Watch the twist. Wait, we hit.
Brady will take a knee here, and that should just about do it. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was a game where they got out to a pretty good-sized lead, and then they had to hang on for dear life at the end.
Not exactly how you would draw it up. You would continue to score and find ways to keep your lead pretty well throughout the game. But they did find a way to win, as you noted. Hung on at the end as the big rush came at them. Fortunately enough, they put enough points on the board to have enough of a cushion that they're able to survive what happened in the fourth quarter.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. And with that, we say so long from Foxboro.